Is stage acting really hammy? Is TV work really more natural? I often find actors are more drawn to wanting to do screen work, and I wanted to know whether this is because screen work appears as if it's easier or not. So, this is something we dive into in today's episode and much, much more. You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the artistic director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode? I think it is absolutely safe to say that whilst the majority of actors, at least in my experience of coaching actors over the last 13 and a half years, are aiming to do screen work because that's what the majority tell me they want to do, I do believe that if a meaty character in a stage play came along that would raise their visibility, would pay them, I do believe they'd do it. But there is a lot of fear around stage work for many, many, many different reasons. So a lot of actors avoid it. But what I need you to know before I dive into the difference between stage and screen acting is that stage work is actually a very good way of you working your craft in the moment, and it will allow you to develop your discipline as an actor from the craft perspective. And that's really, really important, because good directors higher up the chain like working with disciplined actors. It makes their life so much easier. Now, the other side to this is the business side. Remember, I always love talking about needing to integrate the two together, so both the craft of acting and the business of acting, because you need to focus on 50% business, 50% craft to get you towards those goals you've set yourself quicker. Well, here's the thing. With stage work, you can actually invite casting directors along to come and see you. Hello. It gives you a reason to write to them. Because what you have to remember is casting directors need you. They need your talent. They don't have a job without you. So do what you can to develop that talent so they can see it, and then make sure you're connecting with them. Make sure you're writing to them. Make sure you're letting them know you exist. Which reminds me, we have got a VIP casting class coming up inside of the Method Actor Circle in March. This is on top of the audition and the character development classes that are foundational for developing the talent that casting directors want to see and which will help you stand out. So this casting director is dropping by March. It's a VIP class. It's a great opportunity to get your face seen, to ask you questions and to let them see your talent, so that they can give you feedback from the casting perspective. And obviously in the audition and the character development classes, I give you the feedback and the nurturing that your work needs from the craft perspective. So we're hitting all angles here. It really is the best place for you to be developing your acting career. And the other great thing is we're going to be recording this VIP casting class, so you don't actually have to take endless amounts of notes when you're in the session with them, because you can watch the class back on repeat as many times as you want, so you don't miss absolutely anything that they say about you. So the deadline to get this extra special VIP welcome gift inside the Method Actor Circle is 29th of February. You need to have joined before then. After that, we will be closing the doors. So get in before then, because obviously places are limited in the live session when it takes place online. And the link to get in on that is bit.ly/the Method Actor Circle, all in lowercase. Or if you don't want to type it in, just hit the link underneath the episode. What is the difference then between stage work and screen work? Let me break it down for you in the simplest terms that I can possibly think of. So screen work, obviously that's TV and film, is told through a variety of different shots and camera angles, because this keeps the storytelling interesting. So this is done with, you may or may not have heard of these, but shots such as two shots, wide shots, close-ups, over the shoulder shots, which are a firm favourite in student and low budget films. And then we've got things like POV shots, up shots. There's so many different shots. That's not an exhaustive list, but that's just to get you started. And then stage is, if you imagine that there was a camera there filming stage, it's like one continuous wide shot. So a wide shot, if you're not familiar, is where you have got the background in the shot as well as the actors, and it's not close up, so we can see the actors' entire body pretty much. And that's what a wide shot is in filming. If we're thinking about stage being one long wide shot, one continuous wide shot, stage work becomes where many actors get this fear of it being hammy from, because it has to be a little bit bigger and it's a little bit more physical. But what I want you to remember is that in whichever medium you choose to pursue your craft and your career, whether that be on stage or in screen work, all acting is visual. It is a visual art. And there's different challenges with both, which I'm going to go through, because just because cameras can get closer up to you and you don't have to do as much, that does present its own challenges as well. Now, with film, you've got the DOP helping you a little bit more with this. So the DOP is the director of photography. You need to get used to that term if you're not already familiar with it, because you're going to hear that a lot when you're on sets. They're shooting, they're setting up the shots. They may have set up the shots already in planning previous to you actually getting on set. They may have done what's called a storyboard, or they may be planning it on the fly, like they've got a loose idea, but they're figuring it out as they go along based on location. But essentially, they are trying to make the shot look as interesting and visually pleasing as they possibly can. Whereas on stage, you've got the set production. That's what makes it visually interesting as well. And then you've got the actor on the set, or on the stage, sorry. So as I've already said, both come with their own challenges. So we've said the fear for a lot of actors doing stage work is that it can be hammy, it can be OTT, it's not natural, which is what draws a lot of actors to screen work. But then by the same token, with screen work, when you've got a close-up, then that can become hammy as well, because if you're doing too much, it just reads as fake on the camera. So how do we tell the truth with both? Well, the preparation is method acting. That is the foundational preparation for you as an actor. It's to get to know your character on a deep level, whether it be stage or screen work. And we do this in the training at Standby with the actor's journal. So the actor's journal starts this character development process, taking you from that very first read of the script all the way on to either stage or screen. And it takes you through everything from the given circumstances, which are the starting point of getting into the character, all the way to the character research and into developing their voice and their physicality, because you have to do both of these things, whether it's stage or screen. And these are the starting points. And I use the actor's journal for both the stage and the screen, and so do my acting students, because it means you leave absolutely no stone unturned, because that's one part of the acting process, is the character, the development. Now, for both stage and screen, we've already gone through what the differences are. So let's think about this from a craft perspective. Obviously, I'm a method acting coach. So you are going to be using substitutions to bring to life the character and make a genuine connection, whether that is stage or screen. And the substitutions are what you will start to find out of the given circumstances. Now, if any of these words are going over your head, you don't know what they are, that's totally understandable. Do not worry. We go through all of this in the Method Actor Circle, which I would recommend you join in. If you are familiar with them, but you're not quite sure how to use them, or you're not using them effectively, again, I would recommend you joining the Method Actor Circle. The one thing I want to say about the Method Actor Circle actually is it is a subscription. So try it out for a month is what I would say, because you're not tied into any crazy contracts or anything. There's no big commitments. Like if after a month you think, right, I've got everything that I need now, then that's absolutely fine. You are able to leave. So I would definitely encourage you to come and try it for a month, just to figure out how to work with these things. If you're a little bit sketchy with them, you're a little bit confused, or you do have an idea but something's not sticking. Anyway, let's go back to this. So if I was coaching you with stage work, I would be, after we've done all the character development stuff through the Actor's Journal, I'd be guiding you through the animal exercise to get the physicality, sense memory, and personalisation. Whereas with screen work, you're going to need to rely on some similar, but also some different techniques to get what you need for the specific shots, because specific shots require different things from you as an actor. And I've already spoken about what the point of a close-up is in a previous episode. So if you're not sure what that is, you could go back through the podcast and you can find that and you can listen into it. But again, in screen work, I would still be encouraging you to use animal exercise to develop the character's physicality. But then for things like mid shots, I'd be guiding you through either personalisation or substitution. And then for wide shots, I'd be potentially, I would be encouraging you to really use your animal exercise, but also I'd be guiding you through rampaging. All of this comes with the caveat that this is general guidance. This is general. Because I don't know what your specific challenges are as an actor, obviously, because this is a podcast. And unless you're in the classes with me and I'm already working with you, I don't know what they are. So you as the individual will come with your own challenges. So, for example, you might find the emotional work super easy, but then you might find the physical work challenging. And this is a pattern I have spotted through coaching actors for over 13 years. Some find the physical work very easy. They slide into that. And it's natural for them, but then they struggle with the emotional work, and that's where they need developing. And then you've got other actors who struggle on the opposite way around. They find the physical work challenging, but then the emotional work is really easy. It comes natural to them. You might be an actor that finds nerves and overthinking a problem. It's really impeding your ability to connect to the character. So if that's an issue, I'd be guiding you with these first. If you find the emotional work a challenge, I'd be guiding you with that. The sense memory, if you found that a challenge, I'd be guiding you with that. I would be guiding you with the foundational method acting exercises first to get your talent up to a very good standard before doing either stage or screen work. Because for you as an actor, it is so important for you to know what your own individual challenges and defaults are first before you start moving to more advanced exercises, specifics for stage and screen. Because you need to remember, casting directors need your talent. They need it. And you have to keep developing it so they can see it. For me personally, I know what my challenges are. I connect naturally to the emotions, but they need grounding in, they need guiding, they need focusing. So that I personally have a specific set of exercises for that I have to use. And then there's some other actors. If I think about one particular actor that I've worked with for a good number of years, the physical work is very, very easy for them. Whenever they're, getting in a stride with their acting career, because they've trained with me for a long time, I'll always do a check-in with them and go, let's just check in and see where your emotional work is at, because that's the one that they struggle with the most. And then we'll go back to some foundational emotional exercises with them. And that's the beauty of the Method Actor Circle, and it's where it comes in, because this is where I can coach you. I can spot what your current acting challenges are, so I can guide you through the exercises you need. And then once we've got those in place and some firm foundations, then I can start developing you for either stage or screen or both, depending what your career goals are. Although I personally believe and personally recommend not to limit yourself by only doing one or the other. Do both in your career, because you will get different experiences from both. So hopefully this has allowed you to make sense of the differences between stage acting and screen acting. And of course, there are more things that come with this as well, but just as a foundational introduction to the differences, this is a good starting point. So do remember, we've got that casting director popping by in the Method Actor Circle in March, and you can access this VIP class and of course my coaching. So they see your talent by going to that link. I'll spell it out again for you. It's bit.ly/the Method Actor Circle, all in lowercase, or you can just literally click the link underneath the episode and have a read up on it and get all of the details there. I hope this has been useful, and I would love to coach you and take this even further to get you powering ahead with your acting career. See you soon. I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode, and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors Handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.